If you take your cat for a walk and it suddenly gets aggressive, don't wait. Just run. A girl in UK stopped her evening walk because her cat kept hissing. It turned out 2 murders had happened nearby that day. In this video, we will explain 8 amazing true stories of hero cats that saved lives. Number 1. Opie, the cat, inadvertently became a hero after he blocked a stray bullet from hitting a 3-year-old toddler in Pennsylvania. Opie was sleeping near the child, which he often did as he adored the boy, and was shot in the head after a bullet crashed through the window. The bullet was on a trajectory to hit the toddler, so Opie is hailed a lifesaver by his family. Number 2. It was a typical afternoon in Tom's cozy home. He had just finished a long week at work and decided to treat himself to a well-deserved nap on the couch. Meanwhile, his curious Siamese cat, Luna, was lounging nearby, her bright blue eyes half closed as she basked in the warmth of the sun. As Tom drifted off, he didn't notice the small pot left on the stove. It had been on low heat, but over time it began to smoke. Luna, however, noticed right away. Her sharp senses picked up the unusual smell of burning, and something inside her instinctively knew that something was wrong. Suddenly alert, Luna jumped off her perch and raced over to Tom. She jumped onto his lap, meowing loudly, her voice filled with urgency. Tom stirred, opening one eye to see Luna looking at him with wide, concerned eyes. "What is it, girl?" he mumbled, half asleep. He thought she just wanted to play, but her frantic behavior caught his attention. As he inhaled deeply, the smell of smoke finally registered. Realizing what was happening, he bolted upright. "Oh no!" he exclaimed, rushing into the kitchen. There he found smoke billowing from the pot. Panic set in, but he quickly turned off the burner and grabbed a nearby towel to fan away the smoke. With the immediate danger averted, Tom took a moment to catch his breath. He looked down at Luna, who was now sitting calmly at his feet, as if she knew she had done her job. "Luna, you saved me," Tom said, kneeling down to give her a grateful scratch behind the ears. Number 3. Masha is hailed as a hero in her native city of Obninsk, Russia, and around the world for her actions, which undoubtedly saved the life of a newborn baby. Passers-by discovered Masha after her loud, unwavering cries led listeners to a cardboard box where she sat, curled gently around an abandoned baby boy. Masha kept the tiny baby, who survived the ordeal, warm and alive with her long fur. Masha cared about the child so much that she even tried to follow the car when officials took the baby to a local hospital. The locals praised the street cat as a hero, and she received some well-deserved treats and affection. Number 4. Emily was curled up on her couch, feeling crushed after a recent breakup. Everything felt heavy, and she struggled to lift her spirits. Her cat Shadow sensed her sadness and jumped onto her lap, purring softly. "Hey, buddy," she whispered, feeling a flicker of comfort as she stroked his fur. Shadow nuzzled against her, his warm presence soothing her aching heart. For hours, Emily poured her feelings out to him, sharing her worries and sadness. It felt like Shadow was absorbing her pain, offering silent support in return. As the evening wore on, Emily began to feel lighter. "I don't know what I'd do without you," she said, smiling through her tears. Shadow blinked slowly, as if to say, "I've got you." From that day on, Emily realized Shadow wasn't just a pet. He was her emotional rock, always there when she needed him most. Number 5. Tiger earned her stripes by saving her 97-year-old owner from a dog attack. 4 pit bull terriers encircled the woman and began to bite, but Tiger ran into the circle and taunted the dogs, so they chased her instead and left the elderly lady alone. Both Tiger and her owner were unharmed, save for some minor wounds. Number 6. Jim, a retired schoolteacher, was enjoying a quiet evening at home with his orange tabby, Buddy. As Jim settled into his chair with a book, he leaped onto Jim's lap and began to nuzzle him, purring loudly. Jim chuckled, thinking Buddy was just being affectionate, but Buddy's persistent behavior caught his attention. "Okay, Buddy, what is it?" Jim said, gently scratching Buddy's head. But Buddy continued to meow softly and paw at Jim's chest, almost as if he was trying to communicate something important. Buddy jumped onto his lap, purring loudly and pawing at his chest, acting unusually concerned. Realizing he couldn't ignore it, Jim decided to check his blood pressure. When the reading came through, Jim's heart sank. The numbers were alarmingly high. "Wow, this can't be right," he muttered, taking a deep breath. But he knew he couldn't ignore it. Jim called his doctor and was advised to go to the hospital immediately. After a night of monitoring, the doctors adjusted his medication and sent him home the next day. His favorite chair, Jim looked down at Buddy and said, "You really saved me, didn't you?" From that moment on, he knew to always trust his feline friend's instincts. Number 7, Rusty, the adopted cat, saved his owner's life by jumping on her chest and meowing into her face so earnestly that she instantly knew something was wrong. Thinking she had indigestion, Rusty's owner tried to lie down and go to bed, but Rusty wouldn't let her. Upon seeking medical attention, his owner discovered she'd suffered a heart attack that could have been fatal if not treated. Number 8. It was a sunny Saturday afternoon, and Mike was outside grilling in his backyard. His cat, Felix, a clever orange tabby, lounged nearby, basking in the sun. As Mike flipped burgers and chatted with friends, he noticed Felix acting strangely. The cat was sniffing the air and glancing nervously at the grill. "Felix, what's up with you?" Mike laughed, thinking it was just typical cat behavior. But Felix continued to paw at the ground, looking back at Mike with wide eyes. Suddenly, Mike caught a whiff of gas. His heart raced as he realized the grill had a gas leak. "Oh no!" he shouted, rushing to turn off the propane tank. Thanks to Felix's alertness, Mike avoided a potentially dangerous situation. He took a deep breath, grateful for his furry friend's instinctive warning. "You saved my bacon today, buddy," he said, kneeling to give Felix a scratch behind the ears. From that moment on, Mike knew to trust Felix's instincts. The little tabby wasn't just a pet, he was a watchful protector, keeping an eye on things when Mike was too busy to notice. Here is some amazing and secret tips for you. If your cat suddenly looks for a hiding spot or arches its back at nothing, take them to a safe place right away. Cats often show these behaviors 10 to 30 minutes before an earthquake, which has saved many owners. If your cat becomes more clingy and protective of the female owner, like not letting others get close, it might mean she's pregnant. If your cat scratches at the door or makes strange noises to wake you up at night, but it's unusual for them, check for gas leaks or intruders. They might sense something and are trying to warn you. If your cat becomes more attached to you and rubs against furniture or corners more often, they might sense the end of their life is near. By leaving their scent, they want to let other cats know you are under their protection. These heroic stories of cats come from all over the world, showing how much they care. From kittens to older cats, they've used their instincts and bravery to save their owners and families from danger. There's nothing more heroic than that.